GTUC criticizes opposition for failure to hold government accountable. News source Guyana, the Guyana Trade Union Congress, GTUC, has criticized the opposition for what it describes as a lack of effective action in holding the government accountable amidst rising social and economic challenges. At a press conference today, Lincoln Lewis, General Secretary of the GTUC, highlighted concerns over the state of governance in Guyana, noting tensions, deprivation, and lawlessness. He called on the opposition, led by Aubrey Norton, to step up its efforts and provide meaningful leadership to the nation. There is a need for greater political militancy in this society. The opposition's role is not only to promise what they would do in government but also to actively oppose poor governance and demand better for the people, said Lewis. A call for assertive leadership. Lewis urged the opposition to assert itself in defense of the rule of law, basic rights, and public entitlements. He warned that ceding ground to the government risks eroding respect for democratic principles and the rights of citizens. You are ceding too much ground that is resulting in the erosion of respect for the rule of law and the basic rights of the ordinary man. This is a grave disservice to the people, he added. Constitutional duties and inclusionary democracy. The GTUC also responded sharply to Vice President Barrett Jagdeo's recent remarks that the government has no intention of involving the opposition in key decision-making processes. Lewis reminded the administration of its constitutional obligations, specifically citing Article 13 of the Constitution of Guyana, which mandates an inclusionary democracy that involves all citizens in governance and decision-making processes affecting their well-being. Guyana is not the vice president's sole property, nor is this a one-party state where he presides as lord and others as minions, Lewis asserted. He called on President Irfan Ali to take charge of national leadership, adhere to constitutional responsibilities, and foster collaboration with the opposition and civil society. Lewis criticized what he described as the outsourcing of presidential duties to Vice President Jagdeo. While acknowledging a lack of direct discussions with the opposition, Lewis affirmed the TUC's willingness to collaborate with those committed to advocating for the people's rights. The GTUC stands ready to work with those who are prepared to work for people, he said. Lewis emphasized that as a rapidly growing and resource-rich nation, Guyana citizens deserve leadership that is inclusive, accountable, and focused on improving their lives. He called for decisive action to ensure that all Guyanese benefit equitably from the country's wealth.